The most important part of this video kicks off right in the first minute, so please don't skip ahead because most likely you're gonna miss the whole point here. When we're talking about the best prime lens for your Canon M50, the most important question here is, does the focal length will suit the situation and the type of content you're planning to create? Now, if you're not familiar with what focal length is, this is basically that small number you can see on all lenses and tells you how much zoom you've got. The bigger the number, the more zoom. For example, the Canon M50 kit lens goes from 15 to 45mm, giving you this range of zoom. But the prime lenses, they have just one number, one single focal length, and you're going to be locked into this focal length, which is the reason you really have to be sure of the type and the situation you're going to create this content. Now, before to jump into the three lenses we're going to talk about today, I want to show you a trick of how actually you can test any lenses you're going to see into this video or you already saw in any other videos without actually buying them. And this is with the help of your kit lens. For example, later in this video, if you see 22mm and you think, you know what, this is my lens, this is what I want to use and it's going to be perfect for my content and my situation, you can set the same focal length on your kit lens and then use only this focal length a whole day, even a week. Spend a week shooting the usual stuff you do, take as much as you can, photos, videos, whatever, and then at the end of the day or at the week, if you're happy with the results, go forward, purchase the lens that make the most sense for your content and your situation. Now we got this out of the way, let's start with the first lens, and this is Sigma 16mm. This combo was probably the most chosen one back in the days among many YouTubers and content creators, but even now in 2024, the setup of Canon M50 and Sigma 16 is probably the most versatile and most importantly the most affordable for everyone who wants to jump into this journey of content creation. The price point here is around $350 as a brand new and around $200 second hand. I have my one second hand anyway. I think this lens is best for head talking videos, vlogging and street photography. Let's start with a head talking video. Okay, so this is Sigma 16mm and as you can see I'm pretty close to the camera, like a hand away from it. And this is, by the way, the look you're gonna get and this is the space you're gonna need if you're about to record head talking videos outdoor, indoor, in recording space, kind of controllable environment. If you have this small tight space where you're gonna record your videos for your YouTube in controllable environment, that lens is gonna be probably the best choice you can attach to your Canon M50. And this is because everything is down to the cost and the versatile. That lens is gonna give you this wide angle shot where you can grab everything, you can frame your shot properly. You're not gonna be too zoom into the picture, you're gonna be still closer to your viewers, to your camera and everything else. But what about the cost? Let me explain about the cost here. If you're just starting out, probably you think about camera, lens and audio, which is absolutely normal and this is the direction you have to think about. But if you have this lens, for example, you can just mount a shotgun microphone, a very simple one, not so expensive, straight over your camera and your setup is ready to record head talking videos and also to vlog. Of the shorter focal length, you're gonna be really close to the camera. At the moment I'm like one hand away from the camera, and because of that you're gonna be very close to the microphone and you're gonna get this good crispy audio from whatever microphone you're gonna put on top of your camera. This is something you're gonna need to really think about when it's down based of your lens and your camera, actually based on your lens, on your focal length, then it's like a domino. Based on this, you have to build the rest of the things. So far with the head talking videos. Let's see about the vlogging. Okay, vlogging with Sigma 16. It's not a big deal, it's not an issue. You can do easy vlogging with the lens. The only downside is the lens doesn't have stabilization. So it's gonna be a little bit shaky, but you know what? It's good. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get on the table this natural shake. I mean, at the end of the day, just this is a vlogging. I mean, there should be a shaking and it's kind of cooler. I mean, not everything that you're recording is supposed to be so smooth and nice. I mean, if you're recording some B-roll or some other videos that you want to be smooth without shaking, yeah, I understand, but it's a vlogging. At the end of the day, this is the most natural way of delivering some content to your viewers. Next in the list, street photography. The lens, as I said, is absolutely extremely sharp. It's really good lens, delivers amazing quality of your videos, of your photos and everything. But here's the thing, wide angle lenses being used from beginners, and I guess you're a beginner just like me because you're watching this video, going into street photography with this lens and you find yourself out there somewhere taking some photos and you're not happy with the results, just be patient because it's not the lens, it's actually you. Using wide angle lenses for photography is quite hard and is quite hard for every beginner, and this is because it's wide angle. I mean, there is so much things into the frame and everyone's gonna be in struggle at the beginning to focus the viewer attention over the subject you want to actually to put his attention. This is really extremely hard at the moment. So if you want to jump into street photography, try to use some a little bit tighter lens or higher focal length, longer focal length, like at least to be 35mm, which is leading us to next lens, and this is Canon 22mm. Okay, 22mm lens from Canon. This is the lens, and as you can see, it's so small and tiny, and usually if the lens is too small means the quality is not so good, but this is not the case here. This is specifically built for M series Canon cameras, and the purpose is to be compact size and lightweight, and combining it with your Canon M50, this is your perfect friend if you want to travel light but still to be able to grab nice sharp photos, videos and everything else. This comes on f2.0 aperture, meaning again the low light situation is won't be a problem for you as well. But if you're still on the video, please open Google and search for which one is the most used focal length. Yes, that's right, 35mm is the most used focal length, and that's why 22mm is the perfect first choice for every beginner. If you're confused here, let me explain you why. As you know, our cameras, Canon M50s, they have APS-C crop sensor, meaning they're 1.6 times smaller than the full frame cameras. And 22mm will give you the same look as 35mm in full frame camera. Everything you have to do is just to multiply 22 times 1.6, you're gonna get 35 point something, meaning this is the most versatile, lightweight, compact size lens you can attach to your Canon M50. In terms of what you can do with this lens, basically whatever you want. You can do a head talking videos, you can do a vlogging, but you have to be a little bit you're gonna be a little bit tight. I mean, the framing is gonna be too into you. However, you can do this with a little bit longer tripod for vlogging. You can do street photography, you can do everything you want. Okay, so this is 22mm, and I had to step back a little bit more from the camera so I can achieve pretty much the same frame. At the moment I'm like almost 2 hands away from the camera, where this is really important if you're planning to do these head talking videos, especially indoors. Maybe if you have tighter space, you're gonna consider 16 rather than 22mm. Also, if you want to use a shotgun microphone, it's not a good option because the microphone basically is gonna be too far from you. You won't be able to achieve nice and cool audio from your shotgun microphone. You have to do something about the situation so you can bring the microphone a little bit closer to you. Next stop up in the focal length ladder is another legend, and I'm talking about Nifty 50. This is 50mm from Canon combined with Viltrox Speed Booster. I remember so many videos about this lens, and this was actually my first choice. However, the lens is perfect, it's sharp, there is so much blur, it's amazing lens. The price point is like nothing, to be honest. This lens comes at f-stop of 1.8, but with the speed booster goes all the way down to 1.2. So low light conditions, I don't think so there will be low light conditions at all with this lens, because 1.2, this is so much light in getting into your camera sensor. What for you can use this lens? I'm using this lens, by the way, only about street photography. As I said, is 50mm, but with the speed booster it's not gonna be like 1.6 times smaller than the full frame. It's gonna be 1.7, I think. However, for street photography and for portrait photography, that lens is gonna deliver amazing results. In terms of videos, I'm not really fan of 50mm lenses recording videos, like head talking videos, just because that focal length is gonna give you this look of your videos like you're watching a TV news on your TV, where the 16 or 22mm lens gives you kind of a little bit more casual look, like I'm closer to the viewers, I'm closer to the camera, and this lens is more like authority kind of thing, like if you have a courses or a classroom training or something, yeah, that's perfect. You're sitting on a desk and you're explaining about something, you're teaching people something, yeah, that's perfect. But for this kind of casual video style content, is it's not my thing. So let's not talk about, and let's see how this lens actually looks like. And finally, 50mm lens from Canon combined with the Speed Booster from Viltrox. This is a huge difference than 22 and 16mm, and especially if you're planning to do head talking videos, you really need to consider the space you're gonna be able to find and where to record with this camera. So based of the choice on your lens, everything else gonna need to be built somehow. For example, with this lens, you're gonna have to build everything from the audio, and lighting is gonna cost a little bit more, because as I said, with the 16mm you can just attach a single shotgun microphone, where with that you're gonna need to be really far, and you're gonna have to invest in boom arms or any kind of other microphone, or wireless microphones, which are a little bit more expensive. However, there is cheap options, and I'm gonna put something in the description box down below so you can check them out. But yeah, this is the look you're gonna get from 50mm from Canon. However, I think the quality and the picture of this lens is quite impressive. So guys, this is everything from me today. Remember, all of these three prime lenses gonna deliver amazing quality for your content, and definitely you're not gonna make any mistake with any of these three. The thing is, you're gonna have to make the real choice here in terms of the focal length. And as I said at the beginning of the video, just grab your kit lens, set the focal length you think is gonna make the most sense for your content, and then if you're happy at the end of the day with the results, just go forward and choose your lens which is gonna make the most sense for your content. That's everything from me. My name is Kalin Denev, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now, and happy recording.